All right, this video is intended to help parents and kids on working on this thing. There are a few tools that you can use to work on these. Tempo, first and foremost, just like we do in class. If something is too fast, if you're overwhelmed by how fast it's going, slow down the tempo. Go as slow as you need to in order to have a successful performance. That's okay. Your allotted time for these assignments in a day is generally no more than 30 minutes. Don't spend more than 30 minutes practicing these exercises. Just take your best, pardon me, take your best take after those 30 minutes, send it in. Okay, a few tools here. One, the accompaniment. You can mute it or turn it up or down. This can be helpful to keep you on track, but it's not really necessary. My part, that is somebody actually playing the notes that are right here. You'll hear a little trombone. Okay, you can go all the way from the beginning. You can hear somebody play uh, the entire song, so you can hear how it goes. Then you will, when you're ready, after you've practiced it using, whatever you need to use, additive practice, chunking, um, again, slow motion, do whatever you can to master these pieces. Then you can start taking some recordings. Don't just take your first one unless you get pretty good, and then you can turn it in. But again, the goal is not necessarily 100% at whatever costs. It's spend your time on it. If you can get 100% in under 30 minutes, cool. If you can get 100% the first time, cool. You can turn the metronome on or off here. The display, for some people, there is a colorblind mode, so use that if that applies to you. You can highlight the measure. It will change each measure when you're on it. For some people, that's distracting. For me, it definitely is, so I try to play with it off. There's a tuner if you're into that. Your takes, once you've had a few recordings, they'll be listed right here, and they will list the percentage that you get. You can take your best one. And then if it was an assignment, you would see turn in right here, and you would select that button once you've selected the take that you want to send in. You can loop measures if you'd like to. That's not something I think you need to do through here. You can just kind of loop it on your own. Your tolerance, if you can change it, I don't think you guys can change it, but I've lowered the tolerance on here to lenient, which means it's going to be more forgiving. Down on individual notes, so I have clicked on my first note, an F here. Let's say I don't remember how to finger that, even though it's the first note I learned on trombone. It's first position, and if there's an alternate fingering, you can go to that. Okay, you can also click right next to it. I'll select different notes so you can see it better. That little guy right there on the right, that will actually play the note for you. So brass players, if you're struggling to find the partial, hit this, match that pitch, and then you'll know that you're on the right partial. Let's see. If you don't have a microphone, that's going to be an issue. If you have a school Chromebook, they have built-in microphones. You'll just have to give it permission, which a pop-up should happen, and then calibrate, again, a pop-up, and you should be good to go. If you have no microphones in the house, nothing you can use, like modern AirPods have them, I don't know, earbuds, I don't know what you call them, but if you have more modern headphones, a lot of them will have a microphone built into it. If you have a gaming headset that has a mic on it, you can use that. But if you don't have a microphone, just contact me and we'll come up with some alternative for these assignments. If you have questions, please ask. I'm not trying to stress the kids out. I'm not trying to ask you guys to spend a ton of time on this stuff. It's just the goal is to get you to play, 15, 20, 30 minutes of playing every time we have these assignments. And they're going to be 1 to 3 times a week. So put up with the frustration of figuring out how to use this kind of outdated website, because it is a wonderful tool that can help you get better and can help me hear you guys playing. So questions, ask. Yeah. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.